Hello.
Hello? Are we on?
I think we're on. Here, I told Matt Steele Janie was offended because he said don't flop to us as the new duo. And Matt Steele says he wasn't talking to Janie. She never flops.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous. He's watching. I feel like...
What? Don't be nervous.
I'm going to get a grade at the end.
You're going to do amazingly well.
Matt Steele, you're
usual.
so missed.
You're absolutely missed, but we're so happy to have you here,
I'm
Jane.
so happy to be here.
How does it feel? Oh my gosh.
Amazing. I was just saying the setup, behind the scenes, little peek, like
Yes.
the setup has gotten so technological since last time. And
It is.
You're just really thriving. There's a studio here.
It's very tech forward. It's true.
It is. I feel like I'm on the Corden show.
Yeah.
So I'm really impressed. But I'm really excited to be here. This is really exciting.
Hi,
Thanks for having
Jake.
me.
How are we doing, everybody? I hope everybody's having a lovely Christmas break because, we're back today. But this still counts as a break, right?
Oh, yeah. I think you still have permission to treat this like Christmas.
Yes.
You can eat the Christmas stuff still.
And I will be.
And I will
And
be.
I will be.
And I will be.
Hi, Yazzie. How are we doing? I wasn't expecting a live until the new year. Well, surprise.
Happy holidays.
It's a lovely holiday.
We have to talk about literally everything that happened in 2024.
I know.
So it's going to be a very long...
We're going to go month by month. We're starting with January.
Everything happened day by day. Exactly.
Ooh, how high tech is the setup?
Steele, you've really changed. Yes, so that's the big news.
Yes, big news. Steele is now
I'm
Janie.
brunette.
I'm brunette.
And I don't have that much knowledge of Carol Channing anymore.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Matt Steele says, I just watched 2 full ads without skipping. Ka-ching. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Think of those cents.
Those cents. Those 3 cents are really going to pile up.
I think I told people when this happened, but Janie had an incredible party in which we all were to come and give a presentation about something that we care about or something interesting, a hobby or whatever. And I was like, I want to show everybody 2 Gay Mats and how we do or do not make money.
Should I save it for the main pod?
You can save it for the pod.
Because all of you need to know there were jaws on the floor when we found out how little money this show generates for how great it is and the amount of work and the views you get. So it's like we all went in thinking you were rolling deep.
And then they were like, we can house you if you need a dinner paid for. That's so funny.
But big YouTube is making money because the views are counting. The ads are piling up.
Yes.
When we watched Beyonce's thing on YouTube, the first 2 seconds we saw back-to-back ads, and I was like,
yes.
YouTube is making so much money. Matt is not. But
no,
that's okay.
No,
it's not. It's actually not. It's actually not.
Hi, this wave. Hi, Janie. Great to see you again.
Hi,
Don't
great to
worry,
see you.
this wave, because we've remembered your question. We're going to be talking about Jeremy Strong and Strongness
Yes.
for your request.
Strongness.
Hi, Tangerine Marketing. That's Sandra. She came to the live show.
Oh, amazing.
These 2 are cute together. I don't care about the logistics. They would have cute kids. Oh, that's so kind. We would have cute kids.
Should we talk about
Let's
it?
discuss it. We'll discuss it on live during the podcast.
I think we would have wonderful kids.
I think so too.
We would have to talk with Jackson.
Yeah, I see how he feels about it. He'd probably be a little confused, but hey.
Or maybe we don't have to talk with
Yeah,
him
maybe not.
about it.
He's probably he can hear us through this wall.
He's pounding on a wall.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'm not ready.
That's so funny.
I appreciate that.
We lost a game, Matt. This is Trump's America. Hey, Matt Steele will be back next week.
I'm sorry. I do not. In no way do I sit in and represent Trump's America.
No, she does not. Janie is very anti-Trump.
I'm very pro Jill Stein. Let the record show.
She's kidding.
I'm kidding.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
That's a joke. We're laughing. We're laughing because we cry.
Yes.
I can't read that. I don't know how you can read these comments. My eyes. I'm
That's
squinting.
okay. I'll read them to you.
I'm
I'll
Mr.
read,
Magoo.
Don't have to. I'll read them. Hey, has Janie seen The Substance? I just watched it for the 3rd time today.
I'm dying to.
We'll discuss it because one of us may have.
I love plastic surgery. And how did she get her face back, in real life?
Wait, which one?
Demi Moore.
Oh.
Because she had and then she suddenly looked normal.
I mean, I assume she and Lindsay Lohan did the same.
They got,
face.
but whoever, we need
We need
Kennedy Medal of Honor
sure.
to that plastic surgeon who put the face back in.
I know. Because
it's insane.
I don't know how people do it.
How do they do
There has
it?
to be much like the 2 Gay Mats setup, there have to have been so many advances in the field.
What I'm seeing back here is what's going on inside their cheeks.
100%.
Yes, I totally agree.
100%. I can't wait for January 14th. That's
Beyonce
did.
For what though?
Exactly. We don't know why we're excited.
Why, but we are.
We're excited. Jackson walks by and is like, "Kids, Trump's America is diabolical." No, just because she's a lady and I'm a man doesn't mean we're pro, heterosexual relationships.
That's right.
Do you think it's a Cowboy Carter tour? I mean, not to spoil, but yes.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. I'm now realizing I have no concept of Steele and Palmer's heights. Is Palmer really tall?
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Can people in the comments guess the heights if they don't know?
People guess the heights. Guess my height versus
heights.
Matt Steele's. It's also interesting. I mean, this kind of spoils it.
No,
but
not yet. Don't say anything. I want to see what they say.
Okay. Yay. I'm so excited for this Jeremy Strong portion.
We see each other.
I feel like it's going to be a long portion of the
No, it's not. It's not.
But you do have a story because you
I do.
this year had a moment.
had eye contact.
You guys had a moment. You guys had conversation.
We had a conversation.
conversation.
Oh, I can look at it
You can
here.
look at it there.
I'm sorry. I'm looking in. I'll look at it here.
Oh God, Janie better not be surprised if our kids come out to United Kid.
Wait, Matt, what?
Because remember when I did my 23andMe and I told you, I told you how Irish I am. This is going to be a mess.
We have an Irish kid.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Harold. Oh my God, that
Thank
is
you, Janie.
so
Can't
funny.
read the
Okay, so just again, insight behind the curtain.
Yes.
It's like there's a beautiful, gorgeous light, but there's a teleprompter now,
Yes.
which is awesome. But you're looking into the light to read the comments, so it's very bright
Right.
behind this dark screen. So
Yes.
I don't have good eyes.
Harold's pretty close.
Okay, wait.
Looking on the guest.
5'10",
And then
love that. And and then what's this one? Of
Dada
5'8",
says 5'8" and 6 foot.
So everyone thinks you're taller. I guess that's.
Steele gives me 5'7" vibes and Palmer. Well, Isaac, we've met in person, so that you have a bit more to go off of.
Let me guess.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Harold, for remembering it's
Yeah, everyone give us your heights as well.
5'7.5", I guess, is Matt Steele's height, and then mine is. It says 5'11". I think it's really 5'10".
What do you mean it says?
Like
Where?
on my
your
license, it says 5'11". I think I'm 5'10.5".
Well, that's brave to admit.
I think it's brave to admit, and at least I didn't round up to 6
the
foot.
other thing is there's a difference between standing height and sitting height.
Yes.
Because some people, you have proportionate tops. Because sometimes people, they sit and
I
then
know.
it's like a weird reveal.
But that's the thing. When we're next to each other, I think Matt Steele, just sitting,
he's just-
might
is he
even.
all torso?
He's all torso, and with like some little legs.
you guys do sit together.
We sit together, and he's all torso, and I'm
you're
I'm
all legs.
I'm all legs, baby, and very little torso.
Oh my God, amazing. That's so funny.
Isaac, shy.
Someone 6'3"?
Ooh, tall.
I always think about how weird it is, or like for me, just my perception is everyone's taller, but your perception is everyone's shorter. And then you see the dust that I don't reach on the top of my shelves.
Right. I do see some dust, but the thing is, I don't think of myself as like, I guess for a guy like super tall.
But aren't
like
you tall?
I would say I'm taller side of average.
I
I think people who I think of tall as like 6'1", 6'2", and taller.
Okay. Now let's do weight.
No, let's not do weight. We all are just as we should be.
Palmer, proportionate top. And we've been saying that.
We've all been saying it. I'm 6'3" and all legs.
That is so funny. Yeah, I'm just legs and a head. I'm just walking around just legs and a head.
Yes, that's exactly why I pointed it out. Haha, sitting, Steele, Palmer look the same height, but so I was thrown off here. I love that this is our final podcast
Okay,
of the year.
let's do shoe size. What else can we get
what
in
can
here?
we measure and like
It
really
is funny
share?
when you have like virtual work and you never know people's heights.
I know.
Like you're always wrong.
It's true.
Because it's just the camera angle.
Right. It's all the camera.
It's all the camera.
And the camera always is up here. So I feel like on my like work calls I probably look pretty tiny. But.
You look like an ant
Little
looking
ant,
up at
that's
work.
me. Oh my God, a mess. Yes, more milk. Oh, Tyler's gonna drink more milk to get taller. I feel like
It's a
Tyler's
little late.
I do think Tyler's a young person, but not
okay.
like 20, 21. I'm not.
Do men still grow?
I don't. When did you stop growing?
I think women stop growing earlier.
I stopped growing pretty early.
When did you stop? It sounds like there's a story here.
There's not.
Oh.
I think I'm the same height I was in 8th grade.
Oh, you were tall.
I wasn't really at school.
What am I saying then? Everything I'm saying is wrong.
It's not, but it's just, again, like you said, maybe everyone seems tall. Like no judgment, no shade. You are perfectly sized height-wise. I've always thought a perfect height.
I feel like you are tall. You just are.
I'll
You're
take it.
canonically tall.
I'll take it.
And
I will
think
take
Matt Steele is average height. Sorry. I know. Also, there's like a weird thing. It's like being average is like bad. It's like you can be.
Oh, and Matt Steele's always like, I wish I was shorter. So like.
Matt Steele wishes he was shorter.
Oh, he does. And I'm like, yeah, 5'7.5's a good height. But he's like, oh, if I was 5'5", I'd be so cute. And I'm like, okay.
I don't think it would make that much of a difference. It's very cute.
Very cute.
2 inches either way isn't really a deal breaker.
I stopped growing in high school.
He should slouch.
He should slouch up.
Yes, I do think, because the growth spurts happen like sometimes a little later. Because I remember when we would have bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, the cliche is true. Like, you're dancing with a boy and he's just staring right into your boobs. And you're not tall, but they're boys.
Very,
and some of the girls are women at that point.
Right.
Not to be binary about it, but, it was
happens.
1998. So
Yeah, at the time we only had two. We only had two. I don't know, man.
Exactly.
True Palmer slouches a tad bit. Do I slouch?
Why is everyone coming for you?
Because they're haters. My haters are my motivators. It's fine.
Even though you're fans. Your posture is perfect.
Thank you. Are y'all in your 30s?
Well.
People are going to watch this and be like, what is going on? These two people are high. Like, what is happening?
Well.
Hey, this is friendship. Get used to it.
Well.
I feel like I'm still growing, TBH.
Great. And honestly, in here.
Cancer Zodiac, sorry.
Wait, who?
East Awesome, 6'3", our 6'3" friend.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
How does it feel to be able to commune with animals the same way I do? Yep.
And
going wider, not taller. I know.
But I remember one time I looked up Taurus and Cancer, and I was like, this is the best match.
Of course
and I'm like,
it is.
da 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Have you ever done your, I'm going to pronounce it, Enneagram?
What? Is that your birth chart?
EANNAGRAM.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I keep hearing you.
It sounds the same.
Is that like when you the numbers like 1 through 9?
Numbers 1 through 9.
I heard about it. I have not done it.
You have to do that one. They're all made up.
I'm ENFP.
ENFJ.
Love. We love a high last end of the year stream. That's funny.
That's right. That's right.
My brother won't stop growing. He's 25, and it's scaring me. And he's 25 and still growing?
Does he? Is that okay?
He should go to the doctor.
I know.
Are we going to see him on the news?
I know. I have seen some specials about people who don't stop growing, but it's a medical condition.
Yeah, I was going to say. People on camera look so much different than their profile pictures half
That's
the time.
true. My profile picture is Martin Short.
Mine is Super Mario now.
Oh.
But the one on my LinkedIn, I did take it in like 2014. But it's like I'm
LinkedIn. You're not catfishing on LinkedIn.
I mean, I don't think
Can we talk about LinkedIn?
Let's discuss.
You know the people that are posting like all the time on LinkedIn?
It's just the idea that there are LinkedIn influencers is like wild work.
Ooh.
I can't we love everyone, but I cannot imagine.
That's not where we want to spend our time.
No. That's the last place I want. If I'm on LinkedIn, I'm at the bottom of the barrel. We are literally desperation.
It is bad.
Yes, it's all bad.
It's like going to CarMax.com. It's not like I'm there for joy.
And
I'm there to find
something.
I've
been to both.
I've been to both.
I'm not above it.
Or it's like the feeling I get when I'm like looking up LA rental laws because something has gone wrong.
Oh, well, I mean.
But then someone's out there like, I love what Pop-Tarts does.
Wait, what Pop-Tarts does?
I love this new campaign from JCPenney.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll always be like, here's my thoughts.
Oh,
Get
on the
me
LinkedIn.
off
I
this
know.
website. I don't want to be lingering here.
I feel like mine. It's always mixing between like I'm available to work, which is always tough, or like I have a new position or I've been promoted, and it's like I think that's
thrilled
great.
to announce.
I love that for
that I
you.
am now middle. Do you know this girl on TikTok, Corporate Erin?
Love her.
She's so
icon.
Funny.
She's so fucking funny.
Speaking of social media, we were just talking about how if TikTok gets banned, how sad we'll be because stuff like she's
I know
very
where's
funny.
she gonna be? I need her to be everywhere.
I know she's really funny.
We gotta save some of this good stuff for the recording, but it's all true. So if we repeat some of this,
LinkedIn posts are a joke. Yes. Wait,
you can just time the postings. I am posting twice a week through Black Stream. Hey, but it's
get
like
ahead of it.
But is the goal of being a LinkedIn influencer like to get jobs?
Yes, and it does happen.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I have on authority. Is all this stuff
know.
going to be in the ultimate like video that's like saved forever?
Yeah. No one's gonna watch that. We'll just be us and us friends, us and us girls, keeping it locked. Okay, were you gonna say something? Okay. Amazing. Stop. My dad loves corporate air. Your dad has great taste.
Oh my God, I love that.
She's hilarious.
So freaking funny.
She's so funny.
I love her.
Oh my gosh. You cannot catfish on LinkedIn because corporate world is one big catfish. Ooh.
That's so real.
I mean, it's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's the truth.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Do you ever worry about ageism?
Like as I age?
Yeah, I was thinking about it on LinkedIn, and then as I was asking questions, I sort of was asking in general. It sort of shifted.
I watched The Substance, so now it's top of mind.
Now it's top of mind.
I think yes. I think luckily, at least at this point in our lives, like our faces aren't giving like elder,
Right,
you know.
right.
But I do think there'll be a moment where I look in the mirror and I'm like,
I know. Well, that's what they say.
that'll be tough.
That'll be tough.
It'll be tough just to engage in the world.
I know.
Because you're used to being. It honestly happened a little bit when I like growing from being like a really kid to being like a younger adult. Because I feel like when you're a kid, people come up to you and you're like, oh, he's just so cute. She's just so cute. And then you become like a junior high kid and they're like, who's that?
I
I'm
know.
Like, no one's coming up to me and telling me I'm cute.
Well, they should. Someone at work told me, I gave him a compliment, and he went, no one ever compliments me. And I was like, really? He's like, men never get compliments.
Interesting.
I compliment you.
Oh, I mean,
I think you're cute.
I think you're so cute.
We'd
have such cute kids.
We'd have such cute
Confirmed.
Irish children.
That's
right. Now you bring up the I can't pronounce it. Enneagram? I don't know.
Janie, I love that this wave and Janie have so many things in common. First, the Enneagram and Jeremy Strong.
Yes.
You guys belong together.
We're soulmates.
I was hoping I didn't have to defend myself. Oh, I'm missing.
There was a thing that happened.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. We love everyone.
We love everyone.
Sorry, I missed the girl's name, but I must say, are very beautiful. Yes! It's Janie. Janie's the beautiful lady next to me.
That's very nice.
Look at this.
So nice.
That's the thing about, not all the time. We've had some stragglers in the chats, but generally, we have the kindest, people
Honestly,
who watch
aside
us.
from saying your posture was bad, everything has been incredibly nice.
We have very kind
nice,
viewers.
which I appreciate because I think a lot of internet groups can be so toxic.
Yes.
But I think it's a fish that doesn't rot from the head. You know what I'm saying? Corporate speak.
Yes.
You are setting the tone. You
That's
and Matt
kind.
Steele. Being nice people. Good people. You bring good people to you.
That's very kind.
Did you hear Jimmy Carter died? Oh, so young.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, he was from Georgia.
Yes, he was. And honestly, I kind of admire his fight to stay alive.
Absolutely.
It's kind of incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
He's a great guy.
Both of you are cute. I'm cute. Let's normalize being cute. We're all cute.
Let's
normalize being cute. Brian Scott said it.
That's
it's true.
right. 2025, it's time to reclaim being
cute. Yes.
Yes.
I'm an August Leo. Peace has been restored.
I don't really follow astrology that much though.
I
like
don't.
very light dabble.
Very light.
Yeah.
So you're more into enneagrams?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's funny when people are like, "I don't believe in organized religion," but then how strongly they take astrology is more strong than any religious.
Welcome
belief.
to LA.
It's
that's
so LA. I know, in this generation too.
Because I feel like people won't admit to being Scientologists, but they'll admit to being astrology heads.
People won't admit to being a Scientologist.
But we know some of you are. The buildings are so big.
Also, there's a recent. I don't know what I can say now. I'm worried about this.
No one's gonna really they aren't gonna go back and really watch this, right? Be free.
Let's say her name is Foe Kleinman.
I heard that too.
Well, because that had kind of been a known thing.
Yeah.
And then thank you TikTok.
Yes.
We rediscovered that.
rediscovered that. Yes. No, I forgot it, but I think I mentioned that on this show.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she can't. I don't know who would get mad, she or the Scientologist. Tom,
I don't know.
Tom and
but
Co.
I was at a movie and there was a trailer for the second part of that Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
And everyone was cheering and applauding for Tom Cruise, just his face.
Huh.
He is the most beloved star. It's unbelievable.
I very recently watched Jerry Maguire and I was like, yeah, this is a good movie and
He's a
cool, good actor, but
and he's got it.
Yeah.
There's no denying there's something special about him.
Absolutely.
But he's also, and we just go, okay, what are you going to do?
Right. But we all need to know, I wouldn't applaud for him, just through a movie screen.
To a movie screen where, no, he's not there.
He's not there. I'm wondering if I'm, where? Oscars? And he goes on stage, where am I going to run into?
Where?
Oscars? Where am I running into Tom Cruise? I don't think I would act, if everyone around me was there and there was a camera on me, I would clap for him.
If everyone, wait, so you're saying where am I running into Tom Cruise? Would I clap for him?
Yeah.
If you saw him on the street, would you clap?
No.
You would scream.
I would text you.
Well, do you remember? Wait, we might have told the story on the pod where I saw Milo Ventimiglia at the NBC cafeteria, and I call you in a panic. In a panic.
Amazing.
I'm like, Matt, it's Wilmer Valderrama. It's Wilmer Valderrama. And you're like, I'm at work.
Okay.
And I was
Yes.
no, we love him. And you're like, we do? And then it wasn't until I later connected that I had said Wilmer Valderrama.
That was great.
Because I can't imagine your experience of being like,
I'm like, I don't remember loving Wilmer
I don't think we
Valderrama.
even like him.
I don't think it came up.
Historically not nice to the women
Yes,
we like.
the young women he dates.
Oops.
That was amazing.
It was a senior moment.
I don't mind astrology, but I don't like when people use it as an excuse.
Totally.
It's a bad thing, but it's the Taurus in me.
Oh, I know.
I
know what
I
you
say
mean.
that all the time when I'm like, oh, I can't get out of bed. I'm a
I heard
Taurus.
you say Team Taurus before.
I've done that. It's very much like in high school when we were seniors going, oh, 50505.
I hate that.
Jackson hates it too.
It's so
I think
weird.
it's endearing. Is
Why?
that weird?
Because this is 0 and this is 5?
Exactly. We're coming up on our 20th anniversary.
Okay, so we had our 20th reunion, and I wasn't invited.
Wait, I didn't know they could not invite people.
I didn't either. There's a text thread going called the reject pile where like there's a significant number. We're all so reachable. Every
Right.
single person is Googleable. And we're not, on Facebook, but like you can
Right.
find us. And there were a bunch of us that didn't get invited.
Was it just because you weren't on Facebook?
I don't think so. I think it was just like arranged shoddily.
Yikes.
But what's funny, so like, I don't know. I don't think I would have gone, but it's one of those things where it's like I would have loved to have been invited.
I love an invite.
And I saw the pictures, and all the girls were wearing the same outfit. And this is Chicago suburbs, late 30s women. Tight black shirt,
Okay.
bootcut jeans with a big cuff, and
Oh.
a black belt, and then straight hair. They all wore the exact same
Huh.
outfit. And I was like, you know what? I would have looked weird here. Not that
In
I
all the
look so
pictures.
extreme.
Hey, you look-
But my hair has its
Like, who's this
natural
LA girl?
synthetic texture. I just would have been different. But again, this video is going to exist. I'm going to regret saying this. There's no one I was looking at that picture going, oh, I wish I could talk to them.
Right. That happens. And that's the thing is like, I like have a friend who lives in the UK who might come and with her boyfriend, her now husband that I've not met. And I'm like, I'd love to see her.
see her.
And I have friends in Atlanta, but it's like I go home over the holidays and I see the people I really want to see. But I don't know. I'm of two minds about it. It's right around my birthday, which is tough. I'm like, why don't we do this over the holidays?
I feel like normally it would be a Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm considering it's going to be late April, and maybe I will go. And yeah, I don't know if there are people I'm like dying to see that I don't keep up with, but it can be fun.
Because nowadays too, with like being able to look anybody up, you
Right.
kind of can get like, I don't know, it's
You get
not
an
as
idea.
exciting
Right.
as maybe what it used to be.
It's true.
But
It's
it could
true.
be fun.
I see the characteristics of my sign. I think, yeah, that's me. I'm a Taurus. But then I'm like, I feel like that should be most people, regardless of when you were born.
100%.
Yeah, they do
like
that on
1/12
purpose.
of the population is all having the same day. Okay. And it's like, I had one person do my numerology, and it was completely wrong. Completely wrong. And I was like, this doesn't sound like me at all. And he goes, sometimes the reading tells you what isn't true, so that you know.
Oh, come on, buddy.
We can't do this.
Like, that's
we
not.
can't do this.
This isn't an opposite day moment. Like, I'm not accepting that as a response. Not. Like, no. Give me something real.
It was like, you are so only motivated by money on opposite day. Well, that was a good reading.
That's very not
It was
you.
no, it wasn't at all. It was like, that's not true.
I like you telling them just in the moment that that's not true.
I was like, that's not true. And then I also had a palm reader once tell me I'll never have children. I was like, I've never met you.
I know,
I'm
like-
paying you. I'm paying you.
Even if you get that, keep it to yourself. Like, I don't need to hear this.
But last year I did talk to a witch.
done
And
it.
she told me that I'll have love, and she told me things I wanted to hear. And I was like, that was money well spent.
I love it.
That's all it is.
I need to go to another one because I told you the last time I got my palm read and they said that I was going to be sad for 7 years. And I think it's been 7 years. I was with Matt Steele.
Was it like starting now?
It was like, oh, are you sad? And I was like, no. And they're like, I think you are, and you're going to continue to be sad for 7 more years.
You know what? I think you are.
I actually think you are. You're going to tell me you're
But
not?
that's so funny because if you're not, then if this is what sad is, then
Right.
in 7 years it's just going to get
It's going
better.
to get great,
That's
right?
hilarious.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
Are you sad? No.
No. Well,
Well,
not what your prom said.
the palm read I think is the fakest one.
You think so?
I mean, because they're telling us crazy stuff.
What should I go? Witch? Tarot?
I liked my witch, but
Okay.
tarot is also good because tarot is also sort of like this card says something,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily, it's not your future. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
like a thing to read.
I like that.
It could be like reading like the newspaper.
Yeah. I love that.
Just sort of information.
When's your birthday? I'm April 29th, 1987.
Can you believe it?
Why are y'all engaging with these people?
I
Hey!
know. I feel like, being in LA for 8-9 years, whatever, I have not bought a crystal.
I was just going to say. And I live across the street from a crystal shop.
As do I, because it is LA and it's sort of everywhere. But
We could be worse. Long and short of it. We could be more...
given the circumstance around us, it's really bad out here.
Exactly. So we're pretty grounded.
I know people that spend a lot of money on all kinds of like healers, etc. And it's like, you just need to eat better sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Drink some water.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Remember outside?
Yeah.
It's a cool place
Remember
to be.
outside? 7 years of sadness was with Steel.
Yeah. Is your witch on IG?
Oh, there's another Cancer in the chat.
Yes.
I love that.
I mean, it's going to be 7 years since Mariah Carey's last album, which it wasn't wrong. Maybe that's what she was referring to.
Oh,
all right.
There
If
we go.
If she had said Mariah, I would have believed every word.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
If
Absolutely. I love it.
Oh, what a time. And by the way, we have 84 people here now.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for being here.
So glad you're here.
Oh, so glad to be here with you. Should we start recording the actual pod?
Yeah. Well, let me think if I have any other controversies.
Any other controversies you don't
shit
want?
to talk before we get into it.
Before we get into it.
It'll come out in the pod. Yeah, crystal shops are so LA. It is hard to express. Like, you get into a lift here and they will hand you a crystal.
Yeah.
Like it is just seeped into the brains of these people.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And just probably should have told you off air. Not even a thing to really worry about. But for the podcast, what we try to do is like the comments will go by, we see them, but we don't really address them until we take our breaks. So we will be talking to you. We see your comments, but just letting Janie know because sometimes people will be listening to it in the car.
Oh, you want me on the pod like this?
I mean, I know it's so clear for you. Matt's still so happy because I'm always like, I can't believe you can't read that.
Your eyes must be so good.
I mean, I'm 20/20, but
you have 20/20?
Yeah. Are you contacts though?
I just can't see.
Wait, so how'd you drive here?
I just can't see.
Okay, because I've seen you in...
So I just want everyone in the comments to know it's not my instinct to ignore you. I would love to engage with all of you and read all these during the show.
And we will during the breaks, but we just have to think of the people driving their cars going to work. And they don't want to hear me being like, ooh, East awesome, 6'3", wow. Even though some do.
Even though me driving to work is like, I don't even know what he's talking about. I can't see anything.
Full Mr. Magoo.
I'm full Mr. Magoo.
Okay.
Yep, mid-30s. Hello.
Hey-o.
Okay, I'm not going to read them anymore.
All right. I turn your eyes. Wait, you have to click that start recording button.
Okay.
And I'll start recording here.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Go. Hello.
Hi.
Guys, this is the last podcast of 2024, and this is Matt Palmer speaking, and I'm here with a very special guest, writer, podcaster, author, person of interest, Miss Janie Stolar.
Hi.
My best friend. Thank you so much for being here on the pod. I love that you're applauding yourself.
I'm not. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored. I just want to say I humbly sit in this chair where legends sit, and I don't claim to gay Matt status. I am not a gay Matt, but it is an honor, and I'll do my best to try to keep up. I thank you. Thank you all.
I will tell you that very few people do a co-hosting thing without one of us, but you, I think I can say it, fan favorite. People have been clamoring, people have been asking, people have questions for you specifically.
I don't deserve that.
So everyone buckle up because it's going to be a wonderful end of 2024 with Janie.
It better be.
What, 2 days?
I think I might have been here last year around the same time.
Because Matt still goes home for a while.
That makes sense.
And so it's like, nah, we need to get here, get on the mic. We have shit to say.
Oh, we have so much to say. So much has been building up.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. And literally too, buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah, that's also true.
Because, have you ever gotten in like a lift or whatever and they just let the thing beep and they don't buckle their seatbelt?
I have seen that.
Wild.
It's bad.
You just don't
You don't like that.
I hate that.
I hate that. Hold on.
Anyway.
Let's do a quick break. Okay, I'm giving you guys an ad.
We love that. We love money.
Yes, Grace is here. Hi, Janie.
Hi.
Oh, my dad's here. Hi. Hi, Black Panther 05.
Matt Palmer shares a little more center to where you can see comments. Justifying it.
I know.
I love it.
Just joined. Happy New Year, blah, blah, blah.
Aww.
That's nice. Please take care of yourselves during 2025. We're all going to need to do so.
Real,
yes, you are
very
absolutely
real.
right.
Yep.
All right. Look. Oh, Caru Oven ad. We love that.
We love it. Oh, it's nice.
It's very nice. Okay. So I guess I'll just start. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Two Gay Mats. It's Matt Palmer, and I'm here with special guest host.
Janie Stolar, hi.
Hi, Janie. Big question for you. How are you doing?
Oh.
I didn't know that was going to be so upsetting.
I'm fine, I guess.
How was your week? How's your break been these past couple of weeks?
It's been good. Honestly, I've just been racking my brain trying to think of anything to talk about because I'm sure relatably to your audience, sort of like a weird non-week where
Absolutely.
I don't really have like much going on, but I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Been watching old movies. I've been, doing nothing.
I love that.
Eating cookies.
Hey.
So that's about it. What about you?
I heard a rumor you watched The Holiday again.
Oh, rumors are true. Rumors are true.
Rumor going around LA that you watched The Holiday.
And here's a sign you've been to too much therapy. I was just like, man, these people are codependent. Because none of them can be alone.
Right.
They all are just jumping between relationships. They're all in very toxic patterns.
That's true.
And I also feel we discussed too much time on the old man, the
I
old
was
Hollywood
thinking
man.
that. And the thing is, I haven't watched it this year, actually. I did watch The Family Stone, thank G, on the way to Atlanta.
G.
Oh, what a film.
Yes.
But The Holiday's usually in my rotation. I didn't get to it. And maybe I will before we go back to work, but I don't know. But yeah, it does seem like there's just a lot of focus on the old man getting on stage. And like, I'm so happy, spoiler alert, that he does.
Right.
But it's also like, this isn't why I bought the ticket. I want to see.
There's 4 other storylines.
There are 4 leads
There's
that like
4 leads.
we want to see them really interact. And I feel like Jack Black gets kind of shorted a little bit.
Agreed.
I do like that we get so much Jude Law.
He's so charming in it. He's
I would
so
say
handsome. He's so tan as
Very
well.
tan.
Yeah.
And like the perfect amount of balding. Like I would say
Yeah.
that's like peak Jude Law for me.
Oh, I
personally.
agree. I mean, he was great in Talented Mr. Ripley as well. That
I've
was
never
a good
seen.
one. Ooh, you would like that one.
Would I?
Very good.
Okay.
Very good. But yeah, he's so charming.
Yes.
We love that. So yeah, it's like a fun watch, but I was sort of like, all these people just need to learn to be alone.
I mean, it's true. I feel like, what you're going to get with the holiday movie is definitely going to be romance forward when at the end of the
Right.
day, we are full people with or without a partnership.
And that doesn't make a good movie.
And it doesn't make a good movie. That's why.
That would be me trying to describe my week. I don't know. I was fine.
Why haven't our scripts gotten made?
I
keep
know,
pitching.
I know.
Solo for Christmas.
Solo for Christmas, a conflict-free story for everyone.
I lots of conflict-free shit gets made and put on
That's
Netflix.
very
so
true.
it's not, I won't say what, but you all know.
That Lindsay Lohan movie.
There was some conflict. They dated, but they couldn't tell.
Why? Why
What was it
couldn't
called?
they tell?
Our little secret.
I keep wanting to call it like the Christmas plan or like that's okay.
It is wild that like the title doesn't have the word Christmas in it. And
It doesn't have Christmas, and also there's like a subplot around architecture. And I was
right.
like, project, plan.
Wait, who was
plot.
architecting?
I don't know.
But I did watch that one, and my bar was so low for Lindsay that I'm like, this is excellent.
Yeah.
She's coming for that Oscar this time.
Yeah.
Just because it's been so long since she.
There was a funny Lindsay cameo in the holiday. There's like a trailer.
Oh,
that Cameron
yes,
is
I remember
sending,
that.
And it's a Lindsay movie.
And there's a cameo in the Hot Frosty, where Lacey Chabert sees a trailer for that other Netflix Christmas movie and says, she looks just like this girl I went to high school
it's
with.
a cinematic universe.
It is. There's the Lindsay Christmas cinematic universe.
Interesting. Okay, tell me about your week, though.
My week, or past 2 weeks, have been good as well. I traveled to Atlanta and visited my family for about 5 days. And so that was nice. That we switch off every year, Jackson and I, and whose family we're with for the actual day of Christmas. So this was Jackson's year. So we went a little bit early, had a fake Christmas on Sunday the 22nd, which was lovely. Got to hang out with my nephew, Matthew, who's the cutest thing in the entire world and such a sweetie. And so it was great seeing him again. And then for Christmas Eve and Christmas itself, we were at Jackson's family and they live close by. And so that was great. But I don't know if you can notice from my vocal cord, but I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. We don't, hang out with young children who are going to school and to, daycare or whatever a lot. So, I'm learning that that's a place where one can catch colds. And so
how are teachers not sick
I
all
have
the
no
time?
idea. They
It's
must
crazy.
just be so strong.
Yeah,
like,
immune systems, I think
their
so.
immune system's
I
got to be
know.
out of this world because I'm not there. And I'm like, does
Yeah.
that mean I need to be around kids more? Like,
No.
I just feel like between this and getting sick when we were in Spain, I'm like, my body truly needs to learn to get sick during the work week.
Oh, I
So I can
know.
use a freaking sick day. I'm
I
always
know.
healthy as a fucking ox when I have to clock in. And as soon as I'm out, I'm free.
Because also your
All
body
systems
shouldn't
down.
know the difference because the difference is sitting at
Yes.
a desk or sitting on the sofa. It's not like, well, my body was so stressed at
No.
work that it couldn't process it was sick. No, it's like the same.
It's the same.
So just be sick at work.
Right. And it kind of was the same when I was growing up. I would always get really sick near the end of the school year.
Yeah.
But then I'd be out, and I remember at the end of, I don't remember if it was 2nd or 3rd grade, I was going to learn cursive, and I was so excited to learn cursive.
Amazing.
got sick the whole week.
You didn't learn cursive?
My mom had to teach me over the summer.
They only give you 1 week for cursive?
It was a quick, yes, it was quick.
That takes a lot longer.
It seemed like, but like, we'll say my cursive's great because my mom's cursive is great.
Your mom's cursive is
so
great.
I bet I
and
did
now
better.
they don't even teach cursive
I
anymore.
know. People can't even do it. Those kids.
It's
hard being an adult.
I know.
Always on their phones.
I know.
You know?
It's Riz.
I
know.
In fairness, of every person our age, or maybe otherwise, I believe you might be on TikTok more. The most. Which is
more
like
than anybody.
Which means that you're connecting with the youth in a very real way.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel that in maybe a few weeks TikTok could be?
I feel actually, to be honest, sad because I do think of all the social platforms, this lovely YouTube community aside and all the things you've built and Discord, etc.
Right.
I think it's like the one that makes me the least sad.
I get that.
And there are funny, interesting people that get platforms there and good advice and interesting experiences, like people who have completely different lives from me. I get to learn from. So I actually like TikTok. But the sad thing is, normally I'm like, I treat it like candy where I'm like, I'm just going to have like a little bit. It's like a treat. I'm stressed. I'm just, okay, I'm going to relax.
Yeah.
But because it might get banned, I am binging it.
I get it.
It's really bad. And I'm just like, I got to get it while I can.
But like, what's the last day? Like the 19th or something? Like
I don't know.
I get the idea to binge it because I feel like if it was one of the apps that I used a lot, I would be kind of like very sad.
I know.
And I do think a lot about the influencers, the people that like make their actual
and
real
maybe
living.
I'm wrong, but like in terms of radicalized groups, that's not the main one where they are. Like I feel like there's other platforms where if they were going, I'd go buy it. It's fine. But I just know, I mean, there's someone who was like, saying that this is a crazy thing that all the politicians were able to unite over this case. Like this is like, we never get unity on anything that actually has like quick action. And they were all like, let's ban TikTok because of an antitrust thing or whatever it is. So
like gun safety, who needs it?
No, exactly.
But TikTok.
Well, let's ban TikTok. So I think, better for our mental health to have less anything, but
true.
I do like it.
I mean, I get it. I feel like you can make your FYP what you want it to be,
Yeah.
and like I get people being attached to it, and so it'll be sad to see it go. But yeah, like you said, it was like when I heard the news of, I think it was Australia saying they can't really, like, kids aren't allowed to have social media before 16 or something. I'm like,
Great.
that sounds good.
That sounds great.
Maybe I am becoming an old person, but like this can't be good for one's brain. We all saw 8th grade.
I know. It's also weird because I feel like I'm in a position without kids and I'm not around kids. I can't really comment.
Yeah, that's true.
But they have done studies that it is really bad for kids' brains to be exposed to that much screen time and stimulation before the age of 14, 16. And these things that they're watching, like Cocomelon, they're like not made for kids' brains.
No.
I don't know. It's a bad tangent.
Yeah, no, but I'm with you. No, I'm with you. Everybody should be watching Bluey or Sesame Street or something where there's someone in the room.
Well, remember people being upset that our generation watched so much TV?
Yeah.
And now TV is like a book. Now TV is like,
I know.
you are like smart if you watch
I'm brilliant.
TV.
I was
And
watching
geniuses.
Married to Medicine before you came over.
You're a genius.
And I'm a genius for that.
It might as well be Dostoevsky.
Absolutely.
I've been saying that.
You've always said that.
I've always said that. Married to Medicine.
Should we jump into the news radio?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a couple of news stories this week, not like a billion, but a few, and I think we should jump into them together as a group.
Let's go. Let's go.
The first one is a very major story that has come out in the past, 5 days, week or so? Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni for sexual harassment and a smear campaign, which was apparently orchestrated by his PR company. This was, I think we probably talked about it in the podcast when It Ends With Us was coming out. Justin Baldoni basically did all his press separately from the rest of the cast, including Blake Lively. There were murmurs that there was an issue with him asking about her weight, and he was saying, I just needed to know for my back. But then you read in the New York Times what the allegations actually are, and it's so much worse than what was originally reported. The one section that I read kind of in full was the part about he's adding in sex scenes or nude scenes for her after the script has already been approved by the studio and by her team, and basically having her on set without an intimacy coordinator, showing herself in various forms of undress with crew that has not been, pared down. And it just seems like it came out of nowhere. He would show her pornographic pictures, talk about his former porn addiction, just it's a laundry list of allegations. And then beyond that, his PR team, there are texts that have come out in this document talking about how the PR team is wow, we're even surprised how quickly it was to get everybody on our side and to basically get ahead of this, smear her, and basically all of these interviews came out of nowhere of where she was being like a little rude or a little snippy in interviews just so the public could be like, oh, I hate her and she's so annoying. So even when this stuff came out about Justin, he kind of got off unscathed. Wild fucking stuff.
Yeah. The whole smear campaign part of it's a scary part.
It's
to me.
scary.
It's like how easily people can be manipulated by false, stories and truths and stuff.
And it felt kind of like Amber Heard-y.
Yeah,
and it's like, these are both not things that I followed super closely, but I will say, even at the time with Blake Lively, it felt like, okay, we were just like really shitting on Jennifer Lopez for like an X amount of time. And she's just kind of getting a divorce and made a bad album.
Why are we not still focused on Eladia Baldwin? Like, if we have to pick a woman to be mad at and mean to, she's funny.
And hey, her reality show's coming out next year.
And I can't wait for those little Baldwinitos. But I feel like, it is like we pick a woman a month to be mad at.
Right.
And this one, honestly, I haven't followed that closely because I think that's to the point of this being a whole campaign that maybe it got blown bigger because of these, PR mechanisms or whatever. But like, I don't know. I think most people in Hollywood are terrible people, period.
Sure.
And then Me Too didn't really do anything. And that's sort of my story.
I think that's a fair story and one that I know you are speaking from experience there. But yes, I would also just like to point out my argument is not Blake Lively is the coolest. Like, I understand this is a woman who got married on a plantation. She was being a little bit rude in these interviews.
Oh, yeah, that one interview, she was really rude.
She was rude. But even rude people deserve to feel safe at work.
You know who seems really nice?
Who seems nice?
Allison Hammond from Bake Off. Do you watch Bake Off?
I think she is the best addition to that show.
Couldn't agree more.
I love her so much.
I watch when I'm sad. I watch on TikTok compilations of her laughing. She's the best.
She has an interview with Mariah that is like it's so funny. Incredibly funny.
So funny.
She comes in, she's like, "Oh, I made up a Christmas song. I can't wait to sing it to you." Sings this ridiculous thing, and Mariah's like, "Are you making fun of me?" Like, I don't even know. It's so good. I love her.
I just thought of her because it's like, who do I actually like in Hollywood? I think she's like the only person
she's
I actually
up there
like.
for me. I always felt like she and Michelle Collins should do something together. Like, she always was like,
my God,
who are the
same.
So
and yes,
quick
funny and quick and like warm.
Yes.
Yes,
like,
I couldn't agree more.
Likeability through the roof.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot coming out. I believe Justin Baldoni has been dropped from his agency.
Also, like, I didn't know this guy. He had like a podcast. Also, I didn't really know any of this about him.
And apparently the podcast had like a "I'm one of the good ones" kind of feminist
Which
event.
is such a red flag.
That's
such a red flag.
Something we should take from this story. Like,
major.
If that is your brand, it's kind of like the wife guy being found out to be a cheater in those YouTube foursome that I can't try, guys. It's like, if you're going to make my whole thing is I'm a good person and like look at the greatness I'm doing.
Yes. That happens with it's Ellen DeGeneres. It's like any gender. It just feels like if you're putting yourself on your pedestal of your own, watch out.
I think that's absolutely true. So
that's why we come out and we say we are bad people.
Yes.
Do not worry about it.
Yes. Don't try to think we're perfect because we're not.
We won't be brought down. We're
not
up.
No way. No, we're not up.
We're not up.
Just stay down.
Just stay down.
Just stay down. That's the
down.
message of today. The Traveling Pants Girls came out in support. We love that.
Great.
Last time I saw you was just a few days ago. And you came over to the home.
Oh, yes, I came over to the home.
You came over to the home. We were sitting on the couch.
We
both were discussing the events of the day. And it was maybe the 26th or something. And we both were like, so wait, did you watch that Beyonce halftime show performance?
I
had not yet. And we were like, well, what's a better thing we can do with our time, with our lives, with our time on this earth?
Everyone, wow.
Wow. The thing is... There are so many conversations about performers and like who's the best, and there's so many lists being made and like, oh, should it have been Taylor at the top? Should it have been Beyonce at the top? You watch that performance and you watch her do anything, but it just is a reminder that like she's on another level.
And her only competition is herself.
100%.
And you keep thinking, there's no way she can top that last thing. There's no way. And she's just the most insane performer of all time. It's unbelievable.
The song choices.
So good.
I loved Blackbird. I loved whenever all of the girls came out with her. And she had so many special guests because Post Malone was there.
We were talking about
Shabuzi.
the budget too, because it was like, first of all, live production, so many cameras, logistics, all these things. The size and the scale of how many people were on that stage. What do you call it? Field?
Yeah, field.
Like, it was crazy.
It was wild.
Just such a crazy production.
Yes.
It was unbelievable.
And I loved the song choices. Even songs that like aren't my favorite, like which I think she did like Spaghetti into Sweet Honey Buckin'. Both songs I think are like fine on the album.
And my best friend Amari Marshall was right there.
Oh yes, Amari, who you sat next to.
Was my best friend.
How are you best friends again?
So I sat next to her on a plane.
Yes.
And the whole plane, she had her hood up. Like, she didn't want to be bothered.
Right.
And the last thing that someone on, like, a cross-country flight wants is for some fan to start talking in the beginning.
Sure.
So I sort of waited. And then at the end when we were landing, I was like, are you Amari Marshall? And she was like, yes. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm such a big fan. You're amazing. And I go, I know you can't tell me, but are you going to do more stuff with Beyonce? She's like, I can't tell you that. Why
I love it. It's like, I just got to ask you.
I know. But she was very sweet.
I love
she
it.
Really nice.
And you saw her when we were watching the performance?
Yeah, she's right there.
Oh.
She's the person in the documentary who's like hyping up Blue.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Is she like the dance captain? Amazing.
Yeah.
So
she's, one of us now. So
of course, yeah.
She's,
she's a Kathy.
She's a gay Matt.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Kathy or
She's
Kathy.
Kathy.
Excuse me, I forgot present company. Kathy. Still being pushed.
Still being pushed.
I loved Yaya. I want to see her do
was so
Yaya.
good.
I like kind of wish Miley was there so they could do Two Most Wanted together.
Can we be honest about Post Malone?
Hey, I didn't say it. What would you like to say?
Dolly Parton would have been an amazing
It would have been
cameo.
amazing. Would have been amazing.
We love everybody.
We love everyone. But but I actually don't, and again, I think I've said this here, I don't love Levi's Jeans, the song.
I don't either.
Like, I think it's fine.
Did Levi's pay for it?
I mean, if nothing else, they made that whole commercial
But
about
it's
it.
like a little weird that it's like such a brand song.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but Beyonce likes money. Like, that's just we knew this.
So true. I know.
Maybe it was
It's
everyone
true.
working together, but yes, the Riverdance section, I love that song.
Yeah, oh my God, it was amazing. But yeah, the jean covered truck, whatever.
Right.
But everything else.
And also, I was, we went to, sorry, that was tough. I went to the Renaissance. I'm sorry, guys, if you don't know the history. I saw Renaissance. We were supposed to go, Janie and I and our friend Justin were supposed to all go together. Janie did have COVID during the Renaissance show.
The amount of negotiation I was doing about, like, should I still go with COVID?
know.
Can I go with COVID?
I know.
I can't go with COVID.
You did the right thing.
Oh, my God. But it's a big pain point. But honestly, the documentary did fill a lot of that hole in my heart to see it like 3 times in IMAX.
If only she'd release it for us to watch at home.
I know. I know.
But I will say, when I was watching that show, I was like, you know what? Beyonce has been dancing so hard for so long. She is of a certain age. And yes, she hurt her knee, but maybe this is just the amount of dancing she's willing to do from here on out. And I had made peace with the fact that she wasn't going to be giving us like Formation World Tour level choreo again. And then she kind of was.
She was.
Like, there were little bursts. There were moments of it. But it was like, oh, no. Like, you just were healing on
It
that
was
tour.
amazing.
It was unbelievable.
Yes.
I was so happy.
So good.
So proud of her.
So good.
Sounded amazing. Just 10 out of 10.
I know. 10 out of 10.
And then, of course, as Beyonce is wont to do, the moment that she, gets off stage, we all run to Instagram. And she has a new video up. It's a teaser of her on a horse. She waves an American flag that goes behind said horse. And then the date, January 14th, 2025 is posted. So we are now excited and counting down for something.
Okay, let's discuss.
Yes.
In 2013,
Yes.
that was the year, correct?
Yes, it was.
Beyonce was posting B-E-Y, be here now, be here now, be here now. We are losing our minds.
Yes.
I remember G-chatting at work. What's it going to be? It's going to be a new video. It's going to be a new album, blah, blah, blah. And it was a Pepsi ad. That event is why I am in therapy.
Yes,
That
no.
event is why I can't trust anyone in a relationship.
No.
It destroys any sense of trust I have in this world.
Yes.
So whenever Beyonce does something incredible,
Yeah.
to me, normally, I think she goes for a surprise.
Mm.
But if it's an ad, she announces the date.
So you're thinking this is an ad.
I think it's another Pepsi
There's
ad.
no-
We have to just not have our
Right.
expectations that high.
And I get it. And I also feel like when self-titled dropped, it took you like days to
I had
even.
to process that.
It took you a long time to process
I had to
that.
process that. So when she's getting ahead of a date, when she's giving me a 1/14/25,
yeah.
sure, it could be part 3. Sure, it could be a tour.
Yeah.
It could, but it
Yes.
also could not.
It could not. My money's on the tour. My money is that because like
I think it's too soon for a tour.
I think that performance was the ad for the tour. It's like, look what I can do live. Don't you want to see me in
The question
person?
I have is like, will she just do Cowboy Carter? Would she do catalog? Like, it just feels like she just did a tour.
She did. I think it'll be because the Renaissance show, she does all of Renaissance, essentially. I think she'll do all of Cowboy Carter, which is even longer than Renaissance, and then throw in a few older songs because it's not like she just went on an Eras tour or something. It's not like she was we're going to give every album its due.
Right.
It'll mostly.
Which, by the way, how has that tour just recently ended?
I can't believe it.
It's insane.
Poor Taylor. She must be exhausted.
I can't even imagine.
Let her rest.
Let her rest. But anyway, yes, that I ambitiously would love that.
Okay, but you're banking on Pepsi ad. You're not. All right. The thing is, if it was Act 3, that'd be amazing, but that feels too soon. Like, Cowboy Carter came out less than a year ago now, right? I think we're still another year out.
I think it's a Tiffany's ad.
Can't have that. And the thing is, you're doing it right, because like when it is a Tiffany's
set
ad,
the bar low.
You will not be disappointed, and I'll be devastated.
If it's a video game.
I don't want that. I don't want to.
What if it's a Fortnite skin?
Like, oh my God. Like, you saw the Mariah Fortnite skin?
No.
They put out a Mariah Christmas Fortnite collab.
What is the crossover of demo?
The crossover is her kids were like, Mom, you should do it.
Rock and roll were the Venn diagram circle.
100%. It's like how Mariah's like, yeah, I like Olivia Rodrigo. It's like, that's fully from Monroe. She's like, yeah, I do a collab with her. My daughter likes her.
You think she didn't?
No way. No, Mariah does not listen to any pop music outside of herself. Current day, someone asked her about Chapel Roan. I was like, guys, she has no idea.
What did she say?
She said, like, I want every new artist to feel supported and loved.
Okay.
No idea. No idea.
She knew about Ariana Grande.
She did only because it was like, we hear she's the new you.
Oh.
Which didn't go over well for a while, but now they're friends.
Now they're friends. Okay.
Mufasa beat Sonic in the long weekend at the box office.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Mufasa is set to take in $63.9 million over the 5-day Christmas stretch, while Sonic 3 is right behind with $59.8. I'm excited to see the Sonic movie. The first one was great. The second one was fine.
There was a poster where it was all over New York when I was there, and it was Jim Carrey's in it, right?
Yeah.
It was his face, but he looked like Tom Sandoval. And every time I saw it, I was like, why is this ad have Tom Sandoval on it?
Because of the mustache?
Because of the mustache.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like Tom Sandoval.
It's
That's
very
my
that.
only commentary. Go on.
I think that's great commentary. I love that. I will say I was at the 0% interest for Mufasa, and I probably still am close. But I feel like, speaking of TikTok, one of those songs from the Mufasa movie that Lynn wrote is going kind of viral on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, this song sounds good.
Now, it is odd that he's doing this, but then Moana 2 comes out and he's not. You know, it's a strange moment.
It is strange.
It's strange.
It's strange, because you'd think.
He would do Moana 2.
And people are complaining about the music in Moana 2.
Moana 1 soundtrack
perfection.
is perfect.
It's raising children as we speak.
I know, but I actually haven't heard the Mufasa music.
There's only one song, like, I Always Wanted a Brother, I think is what it's called. And
I'm
it's
already
like,
crying.
I mean, it's a sweet song, and it's good. It's very Lynn. It's very like, oh, this sounds like.
But not knowing any children, I feel like all these movies doing well or poorly. Like when Moana did better than Wicked, I was like, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I know.
I thought Challengers would still be number 1 at the box office.
If it were up to you.
If it were up to me.
That's your film of the year, right?
Oh, it's my film of the life.
And we saw that together in IMAX for my first IMAX movie. Thank you.
I thought it was your first IMAX
was
movie.
My first.
I mean, it sets a high bar.
I know. I need all the IMAXs to be as good.
I know.
And as vaguely gay.
I saw Gladiator 2 in IMAX.
How was that?
Oh, bad.
The IMAX experience or the movie itself?
The movie.
Okay.
Really bad.
Matt Steele was trying to say it was okay, but
It wasn't for me.
That's. I love that you start the podcast being like, oh, I need to watch what I say. And then you're ending with like, bad, bad. You sound like
anyone who likes it is wrong. Because art is objective.
It is
famously.
objective. And we're right about it. Everyone else is wrong about art, but us, right.
Right.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher don't give their kids any Christmas presents. Thoughts?
Well, one, she's Jewish, so is
that was not brought up. Mila revealed this to Entertainment Tonight back in 2017. Why is this a story now? They are worth.
Why is this story
I don't
now?
know, but they're worth $275 million, but they do not give their kids age 8 and age 10 any Christmas presents. So far, our tradition is no presents for the kids. Mommy and daddy may have $1, but you're poor, she said in another interview on
Wait, what did she say?
She called her kids poor.
She said, Mommy and daddy have $1, but you're poor.
But you're poor to her kids.
Well, that's the headline. That's bizarre to talk to your kids like that.
I know. It's all, I mean, I guess maybe that's probably like a joke, but I think the gift thing isn't a joke. And to me, what's the point of being rich if you can't give your kids some stuff?
But then, okay, we have to speak on parenting very much because
of course.
as two people who are
childless
childless people.
Yes.
And what we would do if we had $275 million, what would we do with our children?
Yes.
And how would we raise them?
I can't wait for this.
I do think having watched Succession,
yeah.
I would fear having a Roy child who is like
sure.
entitled
yes.
and acts horrible.
Yes.
But there's probably a middle ground between a Lego set and a yacht.
Right.
And come on. You too, because also they had bad press because they were like supporting Danny Masterson.
That's true.
And now they're looking real Grinchy. Although Grinch is cool now.
Grinch is everywhere.
Grinch is
I feel like
everywhere.
every 5 seconds.
Can I tell you a talk that I'm on? It's so
Please.
boring to talk about like whatever you see.
I can't wait.
There's these performers at Universal Studios that are the Grinch.
Yeah.
They are so talented.
Really?
They are bilingual. They're so funny. It's all improv all day.
Wow.
They're on it. Like the people who perform, I know the Disney characters get a lot of love because they're very talented, but the Universal, the Grinch people are very good.
Really?
Anyway, total
I love
sidebar.
that. No, I think it's
Total
great.
sidebar. But what would you had $275 million.
Yeah.
And you were also someone who supported Danny Masterson.
Oh,
and you were also had a sex trafficking nonprofit, which is like a strange twist in that story. What would you get your kid for Christmas?
I mean, a Switch.
Fair.
I feel like 8 and 10 feels like
10.
Switch aged. And I just don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like when very rich people die, they like won't give any of their money to their kids. Where I'm like, I agree. I wouldn't want a little Roy. I would not give them everything like right as they turned 18. But like if you've built a little life for yourself, a little comfortability, $275 million worth of comfort.
I think there's no way those kids are coming out normal.
Oh, I don't think so
No.
either.
Like,
I mean,
with that wealth just in your life and like the way you
it happens so rarely. Like, but it happens every once in a while with like a child star or like, I feel like there's a way for, Blue Ivy to turn out okay. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it is rare.
Kieran Culkin seems normal.
He does seem
grew
normal.
up a child star, but I think he also grew up. They didn't have like a lot of money. I think growing up with like hundreds of millions of dollars is like gonna do. It's
gonna
something
warp
to you.
you.
Yeah. Again, as two childless people who don't have hundreds of millions of dollars,
Right.
we
But
can say this
soon we'll have a child and then we'll also have
from their
hundreds of
Irish jig
Yes,
empire, which
exactly.
is because Matt Steele pointed out that Matt is Irish.
I am Irish according to 23andMe.
So if we have a child, it will be Irish.
It could be Irish. We have a little redheaded Irish
a little Matt
child.
Steele.
That'd be very confusing for everyone involved. But I love that. I love that that's an option for us. Sad news for Janie and others who love Sarah Bareilles and Tina Fey. Girls 5 Eva has been canceled by Netflix. But
Such a funny show.
it's a great show that I need to finish. I watched parts.
Season 2 is even better
Okay,
than
because
1.
I think I'm like halfway through 1.
The thing that is so crazy is like, it's, not a new point, but there's just no shows anymore that exist or get any momentum because they just get down the like list of shows you're supposed to watch and no one ever sees them. I think that's just such a funny show. It's so good, so brilliant. It had like so many episodes about topics that I just hadn't seen covered. Like there's a really, really funny episode where Sarah Bareilles is considering having a baby, but she's like 40 and you think it's going to be about she's too old, but it's filmed in New York, so she's actually too young. And she walks around the street and she's like considered like a teen pregnancy. And I was like, I don't know,
That's
I
funny.
love that topic.
That's
I love
good.
that. But then that happens, and then as some of your fans also do, I watch a lot of CBS reality shows.
Oh, of course.
And then you see the promos for the sitcoms that are like, it's the 6th season of Kiki Loves Kaka. You're like, oh,
You're like, what is
what
that?
is this?
I've literally never heard.
I've never heard of that show.
Right.
So there's a lot of like CBS will keep them around.
Isn't there a Max Greenfield, Cedric the Entertainer, like race neighbors show?
Hilarious that sounds probable.
I really believe that exists.
That's crazy.
where it's like, oh, black family next to a white family.
In 2024?
2024. I'll look it up. I'll figure out what it's called. But yeah, Busy Phillips confirmed this on her podcast, Doing Her Best. It's dead. I'm just saying it because fuck it. If Netflix won't, I will. I guess not enough people watched it or watched it the way it counts, or I don't know. Phillips theorizes that the name possibly alienates men like fucking straight dudes. But she thinks that the characters are too good to just let go forever. I don't think it'll ever be dead. She joked that they maybe could do a Radio City show, turn it into a live stage show, a musical, maybe even Broadway someday.
Cute.
I think that's cute.
It's a very funny show. If you haven't watched it, it's just 2 seasons. And then weirdly, it was like Peacock and then Netflix. I can't really figure out what happened there,
that
but
was confusing.
it is a cute show.
It is good.
Oh, well.
And
Well.
sorry, I gotta look. The Neighborhood is what the show I'm
The
referring to.
Neighborhood.
Guess what season it's on?
2?
7.
Wait, that's a fun game show.
It is great.
Is this a CBS show? What's the premise?
And what
how
season
long
it's on.
has it been on?
Yes, 7.
Because there's one that was like, there's one they would always show Survivor, like, the bottom third Chiron. It's like an animated thing. And it's a woman. She has a magnifying glass, and it comes up like Jeff Probst's penis, like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that show is, but I was like, I'm not watching that. You're trying hard. You're to get me a survivor
And
if you were to watch this.
Not going to happen.
Not same demo.
No.
Sorry.
That's not right. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but since we didn't have the podcast last week, I feel like I should talk about it now. Just because I've talked about how much I love this show, I think it's important to also say that Brian Jordan Alvarez, of English Teacher, the creator and star of, has been accused of on-set sexual assault. Trigger warning, by the way, if you're listening. This will be described a little bit. The accusations, they date back 11 years to his work on the web series The Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo, and they come from his ex-friend and co-star of the show, John Ebeling. Basically, they were collaborators and friends. And John used to date Stephanie Koenig, I think her name is pronounced, and they all became friends, and there was some sort of offset hookup between Brian Jordan Alvarez and John that was then written into a show that they were filming, or a short that they were filming, maybe into Caleb Gallo. And on set, John alleges that Brian basically sexually assaulted him without his knowledge. They were supposed to be pantomiming some sexual act on screen, and he actually did it in real life. So I think more is going to come out about this. Some text came out where Stephanie Koenig basically was like, "You're a man, you can't be raped," which is of course not true. So that was pretty damning, but it just is so shitty that it feels like every week there's a new man in Hollywood, either current day or in the past, who's being a fucking creep. And it's it's anyone with an ounce of power. Cause you're making a web series. You're not, Diddy level famous, but still this is what you choose to do with your power, with your I'm the director of this thing. That is what, if what's been accused is true, the fact that that's the knee jerk thing that people do really will never not freak me out.
I think it's a little chicken egg sometimes in my experience, because it's also the personality type that wants to be in that position because they like the power it gives them, so that they can get away with the things they want to do. It's also it attracts that kind of person too.
Do you think, because I would like to think this, I say this every time, which again, this has come up a lot recently. Do you think that there are young men out there watching these things come out, watching these exposés and learning, okay, being powerful in this industry does not mean I can get away with...
No, you know what it does? It pushes it to the extreme of being quiet about it or figuring out ways around it. I mean, it's the same thing with there's no cancel culture because really those people just find their fringe audiences.
Yes.
I think it just makes people, the experience I've had is someone just make a comment worried about saying this before they say it, or I don't know before they do it. It hasn't actually made any soul difference in people who don't have souls. Unfortunately, that's been my experience.
Right.
But I mean, that's also limited to my experience.
Right. But I mean, it's just I don't know.
We just have to stop men.
Just stop men from doing anything.
From doing it, especially in entertainment. They have no business doing it. They've proven they don't make good movies.
Right.
They're not good at it.
Right.
They're bad people.
Right. And they're doing bad stuff with that power. It just sucks because it's that show was good and I really sung its praises and I really thought I would be remiss not to mention that this did come out. I hope somehow it's not true, but basically, we believe victims here at 2Gay Matt. So I hope justice is served, and I don't know if there are actual investigations happening outside of this, but I don't know how it's going to end up, but it just is gross. Lily Allen and David Harbour are done, and she's on Raya.
Were you with me when you watched?
Yes.
Okay, so she had, the Architectural Digest tours, which are incredible. The insight into the way people live is unbelievable.
Right.
They had no chemistry.
No.
They seemed, this was years ago
Yes.
now, very much not a couple.
Right.
So,
I wasn't shocked either, and we kind of called it because people at least do those magazine spreads, and I'm sure those tours every once in a while where it's this is actually a commercial for our house because we're selling it because we're getting divorced.
Yes.
I remember Jennifer Aniston and what was that guy's name? Who was on 6 Feet Under that she was married to? Thin guy, Jason something. I'll never remember it. I'll look it up. But basically, they had a big spread of
Thoreau?
Thoreau, yes,
Okay,
Justin Thoreau.
yeah.
They had a big spread in Architectural Digest or somewhere about look at our beautiful home, and it was a couple months later it was over.
That's what it is. And their styles didn't match. They just didn't have that chemistry.
They didn't, and it just seemed like he was annoyed with her, or she was shrinking herself for him. It just it's a very interesting.
What's a good one? Huh. Well, there's a few. I could go on. Jennifer Garner has a crazy nice house.
Really?
And it's like a fantasy land.
Really?
That's a fun palate cleanser after you watch that one. That one's bad vibes.
It's bad vibes.
Yeah.
I liked the Chrissy Teigen John Legend one we watched.
Yeah, they seem happy.
They do seem happy.
Yeah.
And those kids are cute.
Yeah.
Lastly, not too much to say, but, former President Jimmy Carter passed away at 100. What a long life to live.
And seems like a very nice guy.
Seems like a nice guy.
Meaningful post-presidential
Yes,
impact.
I know.
Yeah.
Doing Habitat for Humanity for years after his presidency. He just seems like a good person reading about his life story. It's like, oh, remember when politicians were good?
I know. Had
really,
some integrity.
Right.
I know.
What a time.
What a time.
So, Janie, before we take a quick break, is there any other news for idiots you'd like to share
Yes,
with people?
there is.
Let's hear it.
So I want to just blow up your spot.
Mine?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it. I can't wait to hear what this is going to be.
Matt came over for a PowerPoint party.
I did.
And I actually forced this topic on you because I was really curious.
Yeah, we're curious, yes.
What sort of back-end money are we seeing off two gay Matts? Because God bless the two Matts. They've created an empire, the amount of work they've put into this, the beauty of this community they've built, the amount of views they get. It's unbelievable what they've constructed here. I was horrified when I saw how much money you don't get to take home from the views, the massive view videos, not because they violate a copyright and they're immediately taken down, but because YouTube will just take the money and you don't get any. And I learned from that that all these people on YouTube are not making any money, and the real money is on Patreon, but you're not having as much viewership as YouTube. Anyway, all that is to say, I just want to say news for this idiot was this whole world is a sham. And I just think it's incredible that you're building this empire and that you deserve $275 million.
Thank you.
And Mr. YouTube, I hope you like your money.
I love that this is a plug for the Patreon. Above anything else, go to patreon.com/2gaymats.
Also, now you can this is not an ad. You can gift people a Patreon.
You can.
And I was like, that's a nice gift.
It is a nice gift.
And also the merch shop. But I just feel like, okay, that's where people make money.
Right.
Patreon.
It's Patreon. It's the merch. I do think, a lot of our more viewed videos, if they didn't use the music, would make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But even some of the ones that don't.
There was one that you showed us that made like $1.
Yeah. The YouTube shorts. It's like, you're not. That's a tough
And it had so
road.
many views.
It had 4 million.
Anyway, that's all just, if you know a creator out there personally, just give them a hug.
Right.
And it's just hard out there.
It's harder than people think.
It is.
But that's why we love the Patreon, and it's been so helpful that people are becoming a part of it. So yes, I'm glad you could share with people the truth.
See you on Patreon.
See you on Patreon.
There's so many good benefits. Now it's just like a telethon.
It's full telethon. But hey, I will take it. We love a telethon. Should we take a quick break?
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and then be back with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast. You pressed the stop.
I had to be like.
I appreciate it.
That's news for me. Sorry.
Oh, no, that was my fault. I have the hot corners. Matt Steele, we love Patreon. It's true.
Patreon's amazing.
We love it. Oh, my goodness. How's everybody feeling? Yeah, what are you seeing down there?
I can't read.
This YouTube live thing is just charity work for all of us broke ass Jamies and Kathys.
Oh, I know.
Hey, we're all trying to do our best. Yeah, all right, 114. Thanks for being here, guys.
Amazing.
But yeah, we're figuring it out. There will be a way. And we're closer to, having this be the full-time gig than we've ever been.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
I just think it's incredible what you've built. It's really amazing.
hey.
And all your fans are so awesome. You have the best
it's a
audience in the
good
world.
group.
Yeah, it's great.
And they all love Janie.
And I appreciated that.
We didn't talk about Jeremy Strong.
Oh, we have to talk about him.
Because I didn't have
But
anything else.
at your live show, it was so fun to see your Cathys in person too. There's such good energy. And it also, if anyone of your fans ever gets to go see a live show, it's really exceptional.
It is fun to do. It was very fun to do.
So fun.
And Janie had a great question that no one will ever hear the answer to.
Redacted.
That question might come up here.
Yeah, exactly. But that was
a fun time.
Really, really fun.
I told you the goal is to have a New York show, right? Next year.
So
That would be so fun, right? So I have to figure that out, how to make that work,
awesome.
but that would be fun. I'm just picturing Jackson in the other room consistently hearing, we're having a child, LMAO. While we're at it, buy and rent Devo's available now. Also by the good parts by Matt Bauer Music. Hey, again, telethon. We're keeping it up.
I want to know how much Matt Steele makes off of like a Netflix under 5. You know what I mean?
I think it would make you sad too.
Okay, well,
but we should know it.
We should know. I want to know everyone how much they make off their creative pursuits, because I do think the ultimate enemy is youtube.com, period. Like, it's not like there's a war between creators.
Right.
It's these giant corporations are just bleeding you.
Yeah, we're all
Needs to document their IVF journey.
iconic request. Yeah, for a certain patron level, we'll document.
For $40,000,
Yes.
you can get one of his sperm implanted in my eggs.
Oh my gosh,
That is so funny.
I love it.
Do you think we would adopt or do IVF?
Whatever you want.
If we want to
think-
guarantee an Irish kid, we have to do biological.
That's true. If we want an Irish kid for sure, like a little Matt Steele.
Did you ever watch Rocco's Modern Life?
Yeah.
Like Rocco and the doctor character was like a cat. I think
Yeah.
they had babies, and one was heifer. Like one was the cow.
Why don't I remember any of this? In fairness, I don't remember anything about the show besides maybe someone had a Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah, Rocco.
And the name of the show.
All right. Well, it killed. It killed for this 10-year-old. I was laughing. Like they had like a litter of animals that looked like them, but
Right.
one looked like the cow neighbor. It killed.
I do like that.
That was hilarious.
I make way more off that little Netflix role that I just spent 4 hours swimming than I will ever make for Devos.
You're
that I
kidding
spent years
me.
making.
More than off Devos?
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But you don't get residuals or anything. Like that's just a flat one-time thing.
On Netflix, I think you get residuals.
You do?
I mean, I think for the views, you would get some sort of residual, but it's just the amount is lower.
Interesting.
One of each, but the first should be biological for content. East Awesome, I love the way you think. You're a thinker,
that.
and I
Very
appreciate it.
smart.
Because we got to monetize.
Biological for content. That'll be the name of the series.
Yeah, maybe the name of the kid.
Oh, this is biological for content?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to love her.
That's
So
right.
beautiful.
Oh,
so
it's a
beautiful.
girl?
Yeah.
Aw.
I know.
Little Mattina.
Little Mattina for content. Mattina, beautiful name.
Mattina.
Mattina.
With her little red curls. And she has an Irish accent.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
That'd be adorable. Adorable.
What percent are you Irish again?
Like 17.
is
It was
insane.
a number that was too high.
Did it say if it was your mom or dad?
It did not. It did not.
Did you ask your mom?
I did. I think she showed me, and she had some, but not 17.
So
So
you're
it's gotta
getting
be
more Irish
both.
from
Maybe
both?
or both sides. Yeah. No, it was a weird day. It was a weird day. Let me see if I can even.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Why? Trying to find the picture.
Matt Steele, how am I doing?
Oh, I think you're killing. I think you're number one, Kathy. That was a great question, and I felt very good about getting the trivia points for you. Yes, Sandra, you did a great job on that trivia. No, I get residuals for Dahmer twice a year.
Oh, that's good.
Apparently, artists don't make any money off streaming. It's literally pennies. So sad. Yes, I can also confirm
That's
that.
true.
Yes. Still haunting the comments. I love it. Yep.
I love it.
He's never gone. He's
Wait,
always
is this your
with us.
23andMe?
Oh, yeah, a little bit of it. Let me see. Here we go. British and Irish, 18.8.
Wow, 18.8.
Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy.
The 26.1% of European is just like, I'll never understand.
That's crazy.
Nope. I have 2 black parents, so.
Wow. That's wild.
I know, what a world. Janie is 10 out of 10. Matt Palmer, I have notes. No notes asked. There were no notes requested of you, sir. Not interested.
Wow, that's wild.
I know. What a life. What a world.
When you like saw that though, did you wonder like,
is this right?
yeah.
I
I
mean-
wonder like when I froze my eggs.
Yeah.
Disclosure. I was like, they could just mix them with someone else's. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you know it's real.
Right. There's no way. I choose to believe.
Just choose to believe.
I choose to believe. Because like, what would they be getting out of faking it?
I
you
know.
But
I know.
Yeah, you never know. I'm like, do you think we're too bright, or do you think we're fine? We're probably fine.
I
Right?
think we're
I
great.
think we're great. Okay. Should we do part 2?
Yes.
Okay. I have a couple. I mean, one of the emails is from Matt Steele, so
He can't let go.
he can't let go. Okay. So you're gonna click start recording for me. Oh, sorry, I do have the hot corners. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, you can go. We're back. Hi, Janie's back too. And guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. If you enjoy us, like Janie mentioned, go to patreon.com/2kmax.
There's nothing here.
You can get extra bonus content from us. We just uploaded some reactions to some Griff songs. There's going to be some reactions to the Addison Rae videos that have come out
And
this
if you
past
are
year.
a big enough supporter, we will have a child.
That is what we said over the
Yes,
break. If you are a
yes.
$40,000 patron, we will have a child.
child.
So that's a new tier that's just available now.
And that's a threat.
That is a threat and a promise.
And a promise.
Also, buy our merch. Go to shop2gaymats.com. You can get our merch. We have lots of fun sweaters, lots of fun things. But right now we are on to a very fun section of the podcast entitled Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer some questions that have come into our inbox. And we have one of them from our dearly departed co-host who couldn't make it tonight. But we'll start out with our friend. I won't say your name because maybe you don't want me to, but I think I can. We'll call you Lucy.
Okay.
It's not her name.
Sure.
Unexpected blessings. Hey, Matt and Janie. Hope you both are doing well after the holidays in light of the New Year's approaching. While writing this, it's natural I've become more reflective than usual. As a result, I've realized how unexpected it was for both of you to come into my lives and how appreciative of the fact that you did. Funnily enough, the reason why I started watching your videos was because I wanted to hear people's opinions on SpongeBob the Musical at the 2018 Tony Awards, something I don't give a fuck about remotely anymore, with love and respect. And yours was the first video I watched. To my dismay, at the time, y'all didn't care about it either, but I quickly realized how funny you are and how great your content is. Oh, that's nice. But with this long-winded introduction, I pose a question to you. What's something that has unexpectedly crept its way into your lives that you can't imagine not being a part of it? It can be music, movies, shows, or even something with not within pop culture. Much love. I have high hopes for you two as creators in this upcoming year.
That's such a nice email.
It's a very nice email.
I love that. How did you find about Two Mats? 2018 SpongeBob the Musical. You never would have thought that.
I really would never think someone would find us that way. I would say I have always been a person who liked Wicked, the musical. I like about 6 to 8 songs, and I think the other songs are fine. I have not seen the show in a long time, and so when I was going into the movie, I was like, oh, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see their performances of these roles. Excited for the 5 songs in Act 1 I really like. But, was neither fully here nor there about it. And the amount that I loved that film was a surprise to me. The fact that I think this year I listened to less Christmas music than I usually do because I couldn't stop playing The Wizard and I on loop.
Yeah.
I have become a person who really cares about that show. Even though I do stand by the fact that some of the songs aren't great, I feel like the story is so very strong that it really stuck with me in a way that I wasn't expecting. I love a musical film, but they really knocked it out of the park with this, the performances and also John M. Chu's direction. And yeah, I guess I just didn't see myself being a Wicked head, but here I am.
I love that.
Got to put my little Alpha hat on,
And we have a Bach crossover.
Exactly, we have a
Bach
Bach in the chat.
I'm sure you've discussed him to death.
Wait, who?
Bach.
Oh, not so much.
Anyway.
Do you have something you want to say about Bach? No? Is there anything that has come up this year that you were surprised that
That's
you saw
a
yourself
great
into?
question.
Yeah.
Not this year, but in recent years,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be watching Survivor religiously.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have had a weird resurgence of their Survivor love from long ago, or they're just getting into the first time in the pandemic.
Yeah.
But that's kind of not the kind of show I normally would watch.
Fair.
But I go to Survivor viewing parties every week. I'm obsessed with Survivor. I've rewatched all of the seasons.
I love that.
Weird. But okay, there's 47 of them.
You and Matt Steele are on a very similar journey. I hope you guys are
know.
texting about it, but I feel like you're caught up.
He's a completist who's coming from the beginning.
Yeah.
I kind of skipped around,
Yeah.
and then I skipped a couple seasons,
Yeah.
and then I went back. But I love, there's a whole culture around it. And honestly, bizarrely, the place I go to watch it, gay bar.
I love that.
Very gay Survivor fandom.
And that's where John Lovett was there one night, right?
Yes.
The night of his eviction.
So it was the first night.
Yeah.
So it's not a spoiler. He was the first boot.
Yeah.
And my friend and I were like, oh my God, you're amazing. We hope you go so far. And his face was sort of like, and then we all watched as he got eliminated and everyone gathered around him, which was very sweet. But we were like, oh, we sounded stupid. Because we were like, you're going to be amazing.
Yeah,
First boot.
There's no way to know. I feel like he either was going to go really far or be the first one picked off,
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for the question.
Such a nice email.
This question is from former co-host of the show named Matt Steele, I want to say. Yes. Email my heart for Janie. Tell us a controversial opinion you have on something that you're too afraid to say on the podcast. Love your content so much. Has gotten me through all the rough times I've had over the last hour. Heart, Matt Steele.
When was the timestamp on the
Timestamp is 6:47 p.m. It is currently 7:48 p.m. So we're an hour out from this email.
He's been sitting there like this.
Oh my God. He's so happy to have sent that.
Should I say what he would say?
You can say whatever you'd like.
I'm not.
You can say whatever you'd like.
Can I say the backstory? I won't say what.
Yeah, say the backstory.
My backstory is at the live show.
Yeah.
The Dearly Departed live show.
Yes.
That didn't make the tape.
Yeah.
My question was, what's something that is your belief about culture you can't really say because of the fandom?
Yeah.
So that he's just asking me the same question, which I fully understand and support.
Yes.
But because I don't have a platform, I think I can just say whatever I want, right?
Yes, of course.
But are there going to be like people that like comb through and then come for you if I say something? Because I don't want to risk you guys.
No way.
Well, I don't have one ready.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I also don't have a constant YouTube show where I'm thinking about this.
That's fair.
No.
I love it. I see the wheels turning. I see
I'm not going to say that. I'll say that. I'll go on Patreon and whatever.
Perfect.
Just do a 1-sentence line that you can read.
Yes.
And I'll say that I think movies should be one part.
I think that's fair.
And I'll tell you my real one later.
I'm excited for the real one. I think movies should be one part is a great controversial opinion. I mean, I can't have a follow-up because I feel like that would get you in trouble.
Yep.
But thank you for answering.
Hey, thank you, Matt Steele.
Thank you, Matt Steele, for asking. And the last thing we do on this show, and I can go first if you don't have one at the ready, but we have a section called Give Me Moments where we all talk about, something that we've been watching or some media we've consumed or just something over the past week, or I guess 2 since we were off last week, that we have gotten us through the week, given us some life. And do you have one at the ready, or would you like me to start?
I can go.
Okay, so Janie, what's been giving you moments?
At a fan's request, I'm a Strong head. I'm a Jeremy Strong fanatic.
Yes.
He is my number one boy, etc. He's the eldest. And
of course.
It was his birthday. Some call it Christmas. Some call it Strongmas. Keep the strong and strongmas, I always say. And he's just really an incredible person. But I got to see him, the loving fan asked about getting to see Enemy of the People. He was incredible in that show. He's an incredible performer. He takes his work very seriously. He's very kind. I got to talk to him.
Is he still doing the show?
No.
Okay.
He's filming something else. But he's incredible and always wears brown, and I love him. But I just have to say, so he's not a sexual crush for me.
Yeah.
He's more of like a person I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
But my sexual crush is Martin Short because I'm a normal person with normal person taste.
That is not who I would have expected.
And so I just had to come clean with that. Anyway, what about you?
Because if we're talking about only murder stars, I'm going Steve Martin.
Very attractive.
Yeah.
Both are way too old for us.
Yes.
And
yes.
What are you going to do?
What is it about Martin Short?
I don't know.
Because I feel like
he gives me moments.
I feel like Matt Steele kind of gives Martin Short a little bit, at least in personality.
Yeah, I see that because it's just like silly.
Bounce off the wall.
Bouncing off the wall.
It also, I guess, is a kind of comedy that's not as prevalent these days. It's not. You don't see that personality.
He's not
type.
Matt Rife, that's for sure.
I know. If only he needs that chin implant to get that ready. Jaw.
Yeah, I guess all that is to say, I just sort of wanted to confess that.
I think it's good. I think the end of the year is the time that we confess. Someone's asking Martin Short today or younger. You're saying today. I know it's today. I knew it, but I just, we needed to double check. I think that's great. I think that's great.
Okay, everyone confess something in the chat that's weird and inappropriate.
All right, I'm looking forward to see what they confess about.
Okay, your moment.
For me, I have a couple moments. Firstly, I think I don't know if I just mentioned to you when we were talking before or when we were actually recording, but I have started watching from the beginning again, The OC. This is a show that came out in 2003, so high school time for both of us. It started in the summer. It stars Ben McKenzie, Misha Barton, Adam Brody, Rachel Bilson. It is set in Orange County. Shock. And it's basically about these high school kids, one from the wrong side of the tracks, who moves into this very conservative and wealthy community. And basically everything goes to shit. It's a teen drama and one that I found very formative at the time.
Adam Brody, though.
That's what because the thing is Jackson never watched it. And he was very into Gossip Girl. And I was like, oh, if you like Gossip Girl, you're going to love The OC. And we watched that Nobody Wants This show, which was fine. But Adam Brody was great in it. And so I was like, hey, this is the way in, something to watch, love of love. I, of course, am Marva Ryan. I was very into Ben McKenzie. I love that he hates cryptocurrency and still looks great.
Wait.
That's his thing now.
He hates cryptocurrency. Modern day is a platform for him?
Oh, yes. He has a book called Easy. I've done my research. He has a book called Easy Money. He's always on news.
Interesting.
Stories being
Did he get ripped off or something?
I don't know that he just thought about the idea and was like, this is fucking bullshit and people are buying into it and it's wrong. Yes.
Our friend did a documentary called This Is Not Financial Advice that's phenomenal. That always gives me moments.
Yes.
And it is an interesting look at what happens when people invest in crypto.
Yes.
And I made me wonder.
Yeah.
But now I'm Team Ben McKenzie.
Exactly, Ben McKenzie.
Fascinating.
On the right side of history.
See, that's something he didn't expect to get into this year. That's his answer to that question.
Absolutely.
He got into hating crypto.
We got into hating crypto.
We should get into hating something.
I think we do a good bit of
okay.
that. We do a good bit of
I'm
that off
acting
mic.
I know, right? I know.
But the show still works, still is great. It's one of those shows now that you watch back and it's like, there's really no non-white people here. Like, not just Ryan being from the other side of the tracks and
Right.
being blonde hair, blue eyed, but
Right.
like his like other friend from a similar other sides of the tracks area is like Paul Wesley.
Let me put you on the spot about
Yes,
something.
yes.
So then that happens, and then
Yeah.
there was a show like Girls where there
Yeah.
weren't any people of color.
Yes.
Then they just plop one in. Isn't that also bad?
Did that happen at the end of Girls? Oh, I mean, yeah. I feel.
Donald Glover was on it.
Oh, I forgot that. What, didn't he date one of them on the show? Dated
don't
Lena?
know. I don't remember.
I think there are shows that don't need white people, don't need black people on them. Like
don't need white people.
Don't need, well, yes, that and. But it was like when there was a point where it was like, why doesn't Vanderpump Rules have any non-white people? And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want them around.
No,
non-white
because
people.
that's not. They're not. Keep them free. Of
Right,
this.
Faith was like a friend of, and like
Yeah.
there's still litigation going on about her being on that
Right.
show. So there are absolutely shows that don't need it, but when the storyline is like other side of the tracks, fish out of water, it felt like, and like Chino, where he's supposed to be from, I think is largely Latino.
Yeah,
Like it just
right,
felt like a weird miss. But other than that, it's a joy.
Yeah.
Peter Gallagher is a saint.
Yeah, he's
I think
great.
he's wonderful. I love those eyebrows. And the thing is, you can even within the first 10 episodes, we've only watched the first 10, they're burning through story like this.
We
Like,
got to what you say really quick.
that's the end of season 2.
That's crazy.
Like before, I mean, spoiler alert, Olivia Wilde is Misha Barton's girlfriend.
With
before
tiny
that.
eyebrows.
Tiny eyebrows. I was noticing that. The eyebrows, the styling, the puka shells.
Oh, it's wild.
And the thing is, I'm invested, I'm interested, but I'm also like, wow, I get why you guys ran out of the story by season 3. Because season 3 is truly awful.
Yeah.
Season 1, 2, and Justice for 4 are good. 3 is so bad. And I'm like, I don't even know what we're going to do when we get there. But I'm seeing it already. It was like when a certain artist debuted and you're like, they're burning through their thing a little quickly. I don't want to get you in
Yes,
trouble.
right,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Just they had a thing and they were burning through it too
Burning
quickly.
Too quickly.
And
Yep.
this is similar for the
Similar,
OC. They're
yep.
burning through those storylines a little too quick, so I get it.
Yeah.
But also, I want to say for the people that encouraged me to watch The Substance, that I did. I watched it over the holiday break when I was back at my parents' house. And I got to say, guys, it was great. Like, it's crazy, and I'm not a body horror person. I certainly had to close my eyes for a good portion of those moments. There aren't that many, but like 2 that jump out at me, one near the beginning and one like nearest the end. But then the final third of the movie is so outlandish that there's gore, there's blood, but it's almost like this is so disconnected from real reality that like I was fine watching it. It just is a crazy, crazy story that like is very well acted. Demi Moore does a bang up fucking job. Like beyond like she obviously looks beautiful, which is part of the craziness. Because obviously, if you haven't seen The Substance, this is about a woman who has basically was kind of the Jane Fonda of her day, doing like workout tapes, had a TV show, basically turned 50 and got pushed out of this job. And she takes this substance that, you know, basically allows her to live as a younger version of herself outside of her body. It just is wild. And the conceit is so crazy. And it's an interesting and like terrifying and depressing watch. Because it's like, this is something that women, especially in Hollywood, must feel all the time, even if you are as beautiful and as like kept up as Demi Moore, you know, like no one is outrunning aging. And the fact that these people get tossed aside at this point of their life as if they are worth nothing after so much of what they've built. Part of me is like, well, you could just retire. But if your whole personhood is wrapped up in being successful and or being on camera, she didn't seem to have many friends or family outside of herself. It was like kind of a sad life. And this was her only joy. I see how you could maybe take it, but man, spoiler, things go awry.
Yeah.
Things go awry. And even as someone who is, you know, not good with horror, not good with gore, it was and I enjoyed that movie a lot. It stays with you, even though it like goes so crazy by the end of it. I would recommend it. I very much enjoy
see
it.
it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Give it a watch.
I'll give it a watch.
And you can watch it for free. Movie free trial, 7 days.
Okay.
Turn it right off. That's what I
Turn
do.
it right off.
Turn it right off.
I love a free trial. You turn right off.
I love that.
Yep.
Janie, Thank you so much for
Thank you
being
so much
here.
for having me. Thank you to the audience for being welcoming to me.
Oh my gosh,
it.
everyone has been clamoring for you. I'm so glad.
I just appreciate it so much. This platform is so meaningful to so many people, myself included. And so thank you for a wonderful 2024. Even though Matt Steele, I know that email was kind of rude. I still think you both are just the most incredible people and hosts, and you've cultivated a beautiful thing here. And I'm just really impressed.
You are so kind, beyond kind, and Merry Strongmas to you.
Strongmas to you and yours.
And to all of you out there, guys, have a wonderful, happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Safe New Year's Eve. And we'll be back next week with more To Get Matt's the podcast.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you stop? Thank you. We did it.
Yay.
We made it through. You're awesome, Janie.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, Tyler.
Nice.
I'm not the
Oh,
biggest.
yeah, juror number 2. I thought that was pretty good. It was like a lot of plot holes, but it
Okay.
was a good watch.
Nice. I love it. Matt Steele's praying for the substance editing and art direction noms. Okay, all right.
Matt Steele says, compare me to Martin Short is the nicest thing anyone can do. That's so true.
I mean, I know. This was.
Jane and Meryl going to be fighting.
Where's this?
Because
Oh, yes.
Martin and Meryl, I think they are dating.
Oh,
Right? Like, that's
100%
like,
they're dating.
confirmed.
100%.
Yeah. For real.
This was such a great episode. Oh,
was so
thank
fun.
you.
Thank you for having
Oh my
me.
God. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad people joined even over the Christmas break.
I know.
Oh my gosh. How does everyone feel about the lighting this week? I know we have a new thing about the great show. Thank you, Dad. Yes.
Aww.
Great show. And it's only 4K for a podcast, baby. There's God. I've been watching Made on Netflix with the lead girl in movie, and her character is the most infuriating person.
Made, I haven't seen that.
I was curious. Is that on Peacock? I feel like it might be. I was curious about that. Because is that Stephanie Shu or no?
Oh, Laid.
Oh, that's Laid. I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
yeah,
Laid.
yeah.
Sorry. Thanks to both of you. Thanks to you, Sandra. I am Demi and Janie's Margaret Qualley. Hey, you and Jack Antonoff would be a beautiful couple.
I know, right? I kind of look like him.
Do you? I don't see that.
I think if I put the glasses on.
Would lighting is good? Thanks. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure because we can make changes, but I felt like this might be right. Ugh, still good. I know. It's not bad. It's truly just the sniffles now, but
It's annoying.
just wish it was all gone. I wish it was
Annoying when
gone.
You're trying to sleep too.
I know. Well, you know I'm hopped up on Afrin at night.
Oh, yeah.
Hopped up.
Hopped up.
Matt Steele's always like, oh, you can't get addicted. Jackson too, but I'm like, I'm not gonna get addicted.
You're not gonna get addicted.
No.
You'll be fine.
Apparently, someone did know someone who like has to use Afrin in their everyday life though, non-sick. That sounds like a nightmare.
Is that real?
I think it's real. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna
not
be
good.
there. No, I will not get to that point.
That's
I
not
don't
gonna
think.
happen.
No, not to me.
No.
Not to me.
Not to you, with your constitution. Yeah, I have to watch The Substance. What else? I watched, Juror number 2. I watched, there was another, American Fiction. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's good. I think the ending was a little.
I didn't get the ending. I didn't Google it.
I didn't love the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I liked the movie.
Me too.
Who would be Matt Palmer's Margaret Qualley? I love that we're both Demi Moore. Who would be? Who's like a young me? I don't know.
Who's a young you?
Yeah.
I'm a young Matt Steele.
Yeah.
I'm older than him.
Yeah, but youthful spirit.
Who's a young you?
Yeah, who's young me? Don't forget the mic.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, Justin Bieber.
Wait, so I just saw a video that's an old video of him buying meth
I didn't see that.
with Selena Gomez.
They bought meth? How did you know it was meth?
I don't know.
Okay, was it TikTok?
It was on TikTok.
Okay.
And it was like on Santa Monica and Western, they went somewhere where it's like known to sell meth or something. And I was
Jesus.
like, that got buried. There was a very funny Reddit thread too that this was part of, which was like, what are your favorite staged pap shots? So it was like Heidi Montag in the chair.
That's the classic. That's the classic
best.
one. First one, I think.
And
of.
I do love the Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello slow walks.
That one's so weird.
What were they doing?
Yeah, what are you getting at? Like, what are we supposed to get
was
from
that?
these pictures? That was weird.
It was so weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I love it. Or just like when you can tell, we know LA, so we know people don't walk in most places.
Right.
So like 95% of all those photos are staged.
It's true.
But I love them.
It's like how they are arguing on Housewives of OC if Heather Dubrow staged those Disneyland pictures.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's great.
Staged Disneyland pictures?
Yeah.
I mean, probably. What happened?
There was talk of she and Terry having problems, and then the pictures like Terry all over her kind of thing.
Come on.
You know I love Heather Dubrow.
She's fine.
Love her.
She's fine. Can I say my controversial take?
Yeah, if you want to, let's hear it.
But no one can repeat?
No one repeats. Keep quiet, everybody.
Just cut all the housewives off.
Whoa!
We are done. We are so done. It's over. As Whitney Houston once said on Being Bobby Brown, the forest is over.
It's not the same, but there are still good ones out. I promise. I know you don't believe me, and I know you don't watch anymore.
But we were rewatching New York, and it's just like the purity
yes.
of like the drama and the humor is so unmatched. And they don't know why they're funny, and they don't know what we're laughing at.
I do believe if there was a way for you to get in with Salt Lake is the funniest as of right now.
They seem so aware because there was a whole plot about this girl being like, I'm exposing you guys and this, that, the other. Are you really the secret person? It's like, I just want them to be humans that are like fighting about normal human stuff.
It's more of that this year.
Like, I want Luann and Bethany to be fighting over if she's a slut. That's all I want. And it's okay if you're a slut, but just admit it. That's a great argument.
There was a slut argument on SLC the other day.
Okay, fine. Well, you got me then.
Yeah, it was like, you have high body count hair was the quote.
Okay, if that's the argument, I'll watch it.
Yes, there are. I mean, it's not the same, but Salt Lake City, Potomac, OC are good. New York is unwatchable. New York is truly like, oh, they should cancel that.
But then I didn't think the Valley would have a moment.
And look at it now.
And it was a great season.
Great season.
The back half of the Valley.
Yes.
Woo!
Dark stuff.
If you want to watch a marriage falling apart, which I do.
Several marriages falling apart.
Woo!
This next season's got to be crazy too. Kristen pregnant.
I know.
Brittany and Jack's breakup.
I know. I can't wait.
I don't want a lot of Sheena Lala and Tom Schwartz. How much of them are we getting?
I don't want to see Tom Schwartz ever again.
Tom Schwartz on Summer House. He was in the Summer House trailer. Like, why? Why?
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want to see that.
You're off Summer House too, right?
Yeah. I thought that one was all right. I think when I was at Bravo, my favorite at the time was Below Deck, weirdly, which I had never gotten into.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think it's because every season felt fresh because it was all new people and they were doing a job.
Right.
And it was like the conceit of like, okay, well, there's also rich people on the boat that are very funny and interesting. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a great, like, repeatable show that wasn't going to get old.
For sure.
But I don't know. It's like I'm watching CBS now. I'm old.
And how are you? You're liking Survivor this season?
It's a whole thing.
Oh, it's all
thing. A whole other episode about that.
I mean, maybe when you and Matt Steele get on the same wavelength, you guys should just do a Survivor breakdown.
Old era versus new era.
Because you're an old era.
Major
girl.
Old era. I will love. In terms of new era, this past season was excellent.
Oh, good.
The gameplay was phenomenal. Like, the stories were funny. There was there were great characters, but it is so positive. And Jeff has said he makes the show for 5-year-olds now. He said that, and he doesn't ever want a villain anymore. Because his whole thing is he wants to inspire children to either want to be on the show or make their mom go on the show. He wants it to be a positive family show.
Why are we dealing with kids? What do the kids care about Survivor?
Well, he kind of had like a big moment that I think for him personally seemed very meaningful where he started to realize certain things he was doing wrong and he wants to fix problems, which I commend. He's like very much like very socially oriented now and he's more thoughtful than some of the previous seasons. But he is really, and he's the only person who can do this job, but he just like loves the game. He loves the game and what it brings out of you. And it's the journey and you dig deep and it's who you are and you're the, and so there's that. But old era was like chaos and it was like truly humans coming in and having their outside biases and all that stuff hitting each other and there weren't ways of doing things and there weren't rules.
Right.
And now it's much more like, the people who come in, everyone's a Survivor superfan. They 3D print the puzzles beforehand. They know everything about the game. They're not, and they edit the show. Weirdly, they're 90-minute episodes, but they edit all the camp life stuff out. And it's just gameplay. So you don't get the funny human stories.
That's a little annoying. I wouldn't like that as much.
And then they also, the season's shorter in terms of like it's only 26 days instead of 39 so that's still a really long time to go without food but it's just a different show. But I would recommend to anyone who's never seen Survivor start with season 37 David versus Goliath, which has Mike White in it. And it's new era, but it's genuinely a hilarious season.
What season are we on now?
47 and 48 is going to come.
Okay,
so they do like 2 a year, so it's been on for like 24 years, which is crazy. And now they're all filmed in Fiji on the same camp. So they have a whole infrastructure, which also changes things because it used to be, okay, now this environment offers this, but this one has Y. It's always the same. And then they have to like give them fake, like coconuts because the environment is just, so it's sort of, but they employ 400 people on the island who like work there full time.
That's cool.
Sorry, I died.
No, I'm with you. I think that's amazing.
But I would do it if I could figure out my sleep stuff.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how I could survive without sleep for a month.
Yeah. I think there's a world in which you figure out the sleep stuff. I feel like maybe you've made progress. I feel like because you don't do as much coffee, right? Does that not?
Still bad.
Still bad.
Still bad.
How many hours a night are we talking?
I just wake up in the middle of the night for 2 hours every night. In the middle of the night. Every night. But, I mean, in Survivor, you're probably not sleeping anyway, so it might not even be that big.
Is Georgie up with you? No.
No.
She's sleeping.
She's sleeping. She knows Mommy had her little night terror.
Yes. Georgie's...
But do a lot of your fans watch Survivor?
Some do. Matt Steele's... There's a whole competitive reality TV channel in the Discord. And Survivor's talked about there for sure.
Someone's talking about it. 5 of 5. Yes, agree. So well done. The blind sign is great. I agree. I totally agree with you. And then Big Brother, through Matt Steele, have learned to appreciate you have to watch the feeds. So that's something that I learned from him that I really appreciate because I watch it, but this past summer I couldn't hang around for all the feeds, and I don't think I liked it as much.
Yeah,
I really understood what was happening, and he was like, "No, it's the best season ever," and I was like, "I think I'm missing it because I'm not watching the feeds." That's
so weird. Why is it edited so poorly?
It's edited so poorly. Yeah. Every 3 seconds, it's like boy yo 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 yoing. Like it's like so wacky.
It's weird.
Why is it edited
Who wants
that way?
That?
Also, they need to bring back Celebrity Big Brother.
I loved that.
I loved
that. Didn't Candy win? Did I make that up?
Candy win?
Did Candy win Celebrity Big Brother? Let me see. I'll Google it.
I'm trying to remember.
Did Candy win Celebrity Big Brother? No. She placed 5th.
Who won that
Tamar
season?
won. Okay, okay.
Tamar, yeah. That's right. I remember that.
Did y'all see Beyonce's website where she changed the bang banner to Be Yang? I didn't see.
Be Yang here now.
Be Yang. Be Yang here now. Guys, I think we're good. I think we did it. And I'm proud of us.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yes, thank you so much for being
having me here.
I can't thank you enough. It's just a joy.
Thank you.
Just a joy.
Thank you.
We love you.
Everyone.
And
I
I'll
appreciate it.
Back next week with Matt Steele in this chair. In a whole new fucking year. Wild. 2025?
We'll see.
We'll see. Bye, guys.